Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode this week of Happy Accidents. I believe that's what this show is still called. Funny, I'm actually, I don't mean to sound all cynical, guys, but I know it's been a while since I called the show in the title, but it's still Happy Accidents. It's still part of this ongoing series that I do every week. And basically, I just want to remind you guys that it's just something, first of all, it's a dedication to Rob Ross. I've mentioned this quite a few times, guys, that this is for him and how I got my inspiration, like, early on in my life, but also to just give you guys a quick drawing because one thing I always envisioned that he said was that he believed art was for everybody, guys. He believed anybody could paint, and I really get, I say sick and tired, but I hate when people and kids and even adults tell me, "Oh, I can't draw, I can't do this, I can't do that." Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna end up putting myself out of business, guys, thinking like anybody could do this. But the sad truth is that it's true. Not the sad truth, but the truth is it's true, guys. So anyway, just thought I could let you guys know that this show, that's what I bring to the show. That's what I try to get things done as quickly as I can. So anyway, guys, tonight I want to get to, if you haven't read the title, obviously we're going to be drawing Scarecrow. Yay! And I'm sure, and you see, guys, I do try to pick characters that are familiar because I think everyone knows about Scarecrow. If you guys are not familiar with this character, he's part of DC. He's mainly Batman's villain. But we all know DC is one big universe, just like Marvel and all that. But just give you some insight on the character. His name is Jonathan Crane. Let's see. His first year was World's Finest, 1941. Holy crap! And he's actually Dr. Jonathan Crane. He's in his fictional story, born in Georgia. Jonathan Crane was abused by his parents, as is typical DC villain. And of course, I've always known this. This is pretty evident, guys. If you guys know the story of Sleepy Hollow, he's pretty much based on Ichabod Crane. If you guys don't know the Legend of the Headless Horseman, there's all kinds of versions of it. If you're not familiar with it, just watch Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. That'll give you like somewhat of it. Like you'll get like a different version of it. Anyway, but yeah, Ichabod Crane. It's an old legend that supposedly the Headless Horseman was a like a horse rider who lost his head, and he goes around looking for people to cut off their heads and put them as his own. Ichabod Crane was like the last person to see alive, something like that. But anyway, but yeah, that's kind of what the character's based on. Mostly Halloween, fear, pumpkins. That's kind of like the theme that's going on with Scarecrow. So it was a great Halloween character, and as you know, guys, I'm a big Halloween buff. So let's get her started, and I'll get Philly more on the character. So Crane, let's get started. I'm just gonna start getting into it, guys. So I'm gonna start by drawing the shape that I want. Or I'm not going to get into the whole how to do the whole. I'm just going to get right into it, guys. Trying to make this. I'm trying to get faster and get quickly as I can. But I'm doing the version from I believe from Arkham, one of the Arkham games. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of stopped playing the Arkham games after Arkham City. So I believe this is from Arkham Knight. So I'm just kind of drawing in those little. Okay, so he's wearing like a hood, and he has these. So Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow, is basically he's a psychologist doctor who started out like he's obsessed with fear and death and things like that, and kind of like a psychology major, something like that. And basically, he becomes a doctor, and he's obsessed with with fear and death, and he performs all these experiments with these psycho hallucinogenic drugs, and he uses them to instill fear and panic and stuff like that. So he has like a chemical that he uses on his victims. So, let's see, I think I might have. That was the picture I have. It's kind of blurry, so but I'm mainly just going to be getting his head in, so don't worry too much about that. So, it's a really cool character, guys. He's been featured, of course, in the Batman. If you guys are familiar, you get the gist of it. Is Cillian Murphy played him in Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. And he replayed him in The Dark Knight Rises. We don't see him in the Joker. Have I drawn I haven't drawn the Joker yet, guys. I gotta get that character eventually. So. And this one, he just kind of wears a mask. He wears a Scarecrow mask. So kind of get that in. It's kind of like it kind of looks like a death mask in this one. So. And just kind of follow along with me, guys. That's just, you know, how we get the eyes. Let's get the eyes going. We get some cool stitches, really some cool details going on. So, but yeah, he starts out in psychology as a professor in the prison. He gets a position at Arkham Asylum. You know, then and eventually he kills his professor, I guess, or his he worked at a university and he eventually gets fired from it. So, uh, and that's when he starts his criminal career, so to speak. And yeah, he's been an adversary of Batman. I believe it's a kind of a funny thing. I believe that Batman is the only one he ever fears. He got to a point where Batman is the only thing he's afraid of. So he's kind of like not really like he doesn't really fear death. He doesn't really fear anything except he fears the Bat. So, and Crane is highly intelligent. So he's very intelligent, very smart. You know, able to plan out things and exactly. So. I'll work on getting a little scary. I should just draw this in pencil. That's okay, guys. I can turn down the image later on. Just redraw it. I actually picked this guys for a specific reason because I just really wanted to talk about the situation of fear, guys. Because you know it's I was just thinking, you know, this week, you know, because everyone's kind of surrounded by fear these days, and what better way to draw the, you know, it's the perfect character to talk about fear, what are fears. I want you guys to write in the comments what scares you guys. What's you know what you guys are afraid of right now. And I'm not saying this to like it's funny like there's a lot to be scared of these days, and I'm not talking like the boogeyman. If you're an adult and you even as a kid, ask all you young kids who watch my show. I mean, what is your main fear? Because I know kids these days, you know, whether if you're 12, 13, 14, whatever, you're in kindergarten, you're watching my show. I'm sure this world has really put a lot of real world, you know, problems in your way, guys. You know, they tempt you with global warming and the economy and this and this and that. I mean, and COVID, you get a lot. There's been a lot of fear to grow up, guys. I feel bad for you. A lot of you guys who, at least I got to have somewhat of a normal childhood. You know, the worst thing I grew up, guys, was 9/11. You know, and once that, you know, still, I mean, that's about all it really. I'm not that's not a big deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that that's just, you know, that's all I really, you know, had the fear of was like, you know, anthrax and things like that died out pretty quick. I mean, you know, and we've had the war on top, but you know, guys, the Middle East is nothing. It's always been on fire. I don't think it'll ever be. You know, don't quote me on that, but that's never going to be. And don't hold your breath on that one. So that's kind of cool. I'm just gonna leave the eyes. I don't like the way the eyes came out. They don't look even. Do they look even to you? Let's fix this up a bit. There we go. I want to make the brow should be more even. Remember, guys, change the angle of the eyes because the head's at a tilt right now, so it's not the same. We can add a little bit of we got these canisters. Let's see, let's add a little bit of got a little bandolier thing going. So in the game he has like this thing. I swear to God, they ripped off this thing from Freddy Krueger, guys. He has like a glove that injects like with needles on it. I was gonna get it in, but I don't think I have time to draw it all in. But these little canisters that keep him in. So, but he's got a glove on that looks just like Freddy Krueger. I think it was from the third Freddy Krueger or one of them, where he injects like one of his victims is like a drug addict. So let's get a little bit of a pipe system going. Sorry guys, I had my voice. I had a busy weekend. I don't know if I mentioned, saw some family, and I went to Universal, the park, and had a lot of stuff going on. I do laundry, oil change. So let's just add a little bit. Whenever you guys are doing a bust, guys, or like just the head, so we call it a bust, or anything like that, just I always like to add a little bit of a character to it. So just, I already created a file, so we can just control save. There we go. Come on. All right. Excuse me, guys. Just down a little bit more. And why is this? Let's get the elbow, the eyebrow in. But yeah, guys, what scares you? What's are you scared of do you guys ever have sleep paralysis? Are you guys, have financial trouble? I think this is a good week to shed our fear, guys. Because let me tell you something, guys. Fear, it's all just something in your head. A lot of times, we're afraid of things that just deep down we know are not going to come true. But we make it, that's what fear comes from, guys. It's like when you watch, I mean, think about it. How is it that you guys watch a scary movie? You know it's not real. You know it's all fake, and it's actors, and it's a script, and even you younger kids, you know that. But and yet still I guarantee you guys, I know you guys, when you're running upstairs to go to bed, you know darn well that you're running up there thinking someone's chasing you. It's just all psychological. That's kind of what Crane is all about. Is the fear inside our heads, so to speak. It's just yeah. So that's what he represents, all our fears, whether if it's something, because some people aren't scared. Like Bruce Wayne, his fear really is with his parents, that's what he always sees when Ichabod, when Scarecrow poisons him, it's mostly his parents, So that's kind of what his dad is, being ashamed of him or something like that, or his mom, I think that's what scares Bruce, really. It's not the monster under the closet, but in the end, we're all still kind of scared of like those kinds of things. So, and I think let me tell you something, guys, it's okay to be afraid. It's just not okay to let that fear control you. See, Batman, he'll get scared, every now and then he'll get scared, and that's one thing I really liked about Batman is that he's not superhuman, but he trains his mind to see through things. He'll feel the fear, and then at the end of the day, he'll recover from it. That's how that's how you win in life, guys. Even if you guys aren't religious, I don't blame you, but we're taught not to be afraid because of fear is what leads to the devil, guys. The devil always wants to keep you afraid because that brings you closer to him. See, I hate to say it, guys, but my faith is what keeps me going, knowing that the man upstairs, is on my side. So that's what I do. Take it for what it is. So whatever you believe. Let's see. Occasionally I believe in Batman as well, but when he's not available. No, of course I always follow God. Let's see. Get a little bit of a line going down here because the mask is messed up. Let's get some lines going. And the way this guy is, just get a little stop it there so it shows like it's cracked. And we'll get some more details in. So perfect character for this kind of line work, guys. Always try to come up with some characters, guys, with great line work. A mess up mask like this, I love it, guys. I love doing this kind of stuff. Ooh, And if you guys want to use, I don't know if I can use. I have a tool I can use. Okay. Which one? That's the ruler, of course. Do I have any shapes? That's okay. I'm just gonna wing it. If you guys want to see if you're a really good artist, guys, try drawing a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know. So we're gonna do a little cylinder. He's got these gas canisters. It's for a gas mask, so these actually filter out the so he doesn't get affected by his gas. So same thing with the typical gas mask, you know, nothing fancy, but it just looks cool. I mean, it makes sense that he would have some kind of like equipment like this to repel against. And we'll just draw a little cylinder shape. Should give it some shape. So it's basically, you know, like think of it like a can of tuna, guys. So, it's not perfect, but you know what? That fit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Scarecrow is one of my favorites. You know, always terrorizing poor Batman, poor Bruce. You know. And I loved it. If you guys ever played the Arkham games, when he pops in, it's so cool how he does it. Like because it's you know in the beginning it's so cool how they do it. How they just incorporate it into the game. And this was new to me, guys. Like when I first played Arkham Asylum, and you're coming up on Crane. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically like it's just like it's kind of like the way they did with like in Freddy, like in any Freddy movie or something like that. You're not sure if it's a dream or not. Oh, so cool, guys. Perfectly. Because you're coming up on themes and you realize, oh, the room is like stretching or whatever, or the room's the same, and you know, oh crap. But still, you know, they pace it so well, guys. You know, it's amazing. So let's get his foot in. Alright, guys, this isn't meant to be perfect. This is just a quick drawing for you guys, for you younger kids to follow through. For you, this show is dedicated for people who I'm not saying, oh, you can't draw. You all can draw, guys. I believe in every single one of you. All of you can draw. I don't care what you say. Maybe you're not on my level, but think about it, guys. There's always going to be someone better than me. You guys think I'm good? You think this is good? You know, there's some guys who can draw way better than me. It's not about, you know, it's about the work, guys. You know, I've studied plenty of people's work. I like to look at the work and not compare it, but just like I said, it's no more better or worse. You know, the only thing I can ever see, guys, is your idea. See, like, and it goes back to if you guys watched my last video, I was basically having a boner for Todd McFarlane because he was more of a. The thing is, guys, he was more of a pioneer, and I said in the video, and he even said it himself that it wasn't he did anything different. You know, because I can guarantee you guys, you can probably draw Superman better than you know. Any Bill Finger, I think, and Bob Kane. I don't think Bob Kane drew, but you know, Jack Kirby, because back then the style was just different. It was simpler, it wasn't as detailed. I mean, I've seen plenty of detailed drawings of Hulk and Superman that look way better than they did when they were first created. So, what those guys worked on were ideas, guys. You know, that's what you gotta remember. There's a difference between when it comes to art, guys. The difference is between art is ideas and work. That's what ultimately comes down to. What kind of ideas, you know, or you can. Unfortunately, modern art. That's where I you know, it's a whole different can of worms where I don't agree with. You know, I study this crap. You know, I don't think art splashed on a wall can be considered art. That's really my opinion, but I think there still has to be some skill involved. I still think that even the worst Superman drawing back then, however lame it looked, still is, you know, holds up better than most modern art. I can tell you that much. You know? And that's a whole different, you know, maybe I'll do a video on that. But for the most part, yeah, I don't agree with modern art. You know, that's where I draw the line. But that's just because, like, I feel like anybody can do that. I mean, I do believe that art requires some skill, guys. Some kind of, like, hard work, not just throwing things on a canvas and calling it, you know. I mean, there was some if you ever, for some of you younger people don't know, like Andy Warhol and all those guys painted weird things, but the only thing I can think of is if, like, maybe, yeah, they came up with some ideas to expand, because art in like the 60s and the 70s, guys, and up until the modern art was supposed to be like away from like the traditional, you know. And the thing is, most art back then was religious in a way. That's kind of what it was, mostly just anti-religion, you know. And I think it's even worse nowadays. Trust me, with the art students when I was going to, they're all idiots. I'm sorry, you can quote me on that. A lot of my colleagues, guys, back then were idiots. I'm sorry, guys. That's just the way it is. They you know, they had no skill. I mean, I was trying to perfect my skill, guys. A lot of these people were just, you know, they threw stuff on a canvas and called it art. And unfortunately, some of my professors felt the same way. So trust me, guys. I sometimes question my own education, and I will continue to question. Like, I mean, I wanted to go to college and study like the greats, and I was in college, you know, gluing cardboard and crushing up CDs and stupid ass things that I just like. How is this going to get me, you know, in the real world a job or doing this or that, you know? And I don't mean to get political, guys, but it's no wonder like college is so stupid. I mean, I'm telling you guys, as an artist, guys, you can learn what I'm teaching you for free and never have to go into student debt or anything like that. So that's where I draw the line. And it does anger me, guys, because, you know, I spent my whole life trying to be educated. I wanted to go to school and learn, you know, like the grades and stuff. And most of my best work, most of the things I was until I got out of school. So, yep. I mean, school is really, guys, just for connections and things like that. If you have connections and things like that, you know, if you guys want to do this, you can do this completely on your own. You don't have to waste time in school, you know. So that's the whole thing. But basically, what I'm saying, guys, is that art, you know, me is, you know, you can still do it. It just depends on what you do. You want to do it professional like me? That's on you. You know, here's what it is. You got to perfect it. You got to be, you know, it depends on what your client wants. But if you want to do this and paint your mom, let me tell you this thing, guys. Paint your mom a good portrait, or I mean, a drawing for Mother's Day. Oh, I've saved a lot of money on. But yeah, I did a drawing for my dad. My dad's is a business guy, you know, Wall Street guy. So I did a drawing of a bear and a bull, and it came out really nice. I think it's on my Instagram, guys. You go back. I did it just last Christmas. I think one of I can't remember, but yeah. And he loved it. It's for his office, you know, to get him inspired to, you know, to make money at the markets and stuff, you know. Just if you want to do stuff like that, you know, your parents don't care. You know, your family will love your work. I did plenty of drawings for my sister. You know, there was this drawing that this painting when we went to Disneyland. I don't know if you guys know the Hall of Art kind of thing looking place. It was really cool. And there's a painting there of Belle someone did, and I just kind of took a picture of it. And yeah, I copied it, but it's just, you know, I wasn't selling it. I just did it for her because, you know, it's $1,000 painting, and I did it for free. You know, of course, I'm her brother, so you know, she still has it. I just saw her this weekend. I can't believe she still has it. So, but you know, yeah, if you guys want to do that, of course, you know, that anybody can do that kind of stuff. You know, don't ever doubt yourself. Perfect. Let's see. I just want to make this a quick one. I was trying to get this under a half hour, guys. So let's get some details going, and I think we're going to call it a wrap. So there's our Scarecrow. Get some shading going on. I love drawing characters like this, guys. Venom. Funny thing is, you know, guys, I'm not actually a big Venom fan. No, it's really weird. I always thought I was as a kid. I kind of like him, but you know, the other day I saw his toy. They actually have these Marvel figures are coming out more. It sucks 'cause I'm really mad because you guys know how mad I am at Marvel, you know, right now. So I'm a little hesitant about buying most toys, um, but I saw that they had like Venom from the animated series, so I was reluctant to get it. But then I realized I don't really care much for Venom, you know. I mean, he's a cool story, cool character, badass character. I loved him in plenty of video games and all that, but you know, I don't know, just not my just didn't like feel like I had to, you know, I'm kind of broke right now. I can't get him anyway, but I thought like, you know, if I could, like, I mean, why am I thinking about like not getting him because I don't really want him. So that's the problem with being a collector, guys, of being a nerd. There's always things you can't get. So guys, just kind of go crazy with the cross hatching a little, but try not to do these little hooks like that. Just keep it straight lines, if you guys know. And sometimes I kind of do a little bit. It's okay. It's just me. So, but for you guys, you know, don't do it that way. We do these for shading. You know, that's what they indicate that. So he's got a hood on. So remember that. Also trying to get some of the marks. I'm trying to connect it to some of the marks in his mask because his mask is all messed up. So I get as much dents and scratches and whatnot. Scratchy, scratchy. Details, details. Looking pretty badass. I'm just gonna cover the mouth in shadow, guys, because I think he does have a. From the picture, it looks like he does have a mouth. You can see it underneath the strings that are kind of like filling in. But it's okay. We'll just cover this up. This is your world, as Rob Ross would say. You're the creator. So it's kind of a scary character. Like I said, there's actually, and he doesn't have any superpowers, guys, but Crane is skilled in martial arts. Just FYI. So he's a tall, skinny guy, but he knows how to fight. You know, I'm not sure when it comes to like the comics and things like that, where like, you know, some of these, like, I'm not really sure how super strength works in some of these, especially with DC. At least with Marvel, we established like, yeah, Punisher. You know, he's a big guy. He doesn't have much super strength, not like Captain America, but it's his skills as a soldier that makes sense. But like, but DC is a little bit more fantasy. I truly do that. And I'm not going to give him pupils, guys. I'm just going to blacken it. I like that better because I think that fitting for the character. Because I think you can see his eyes in this picture and his mouth, but I'm not going to do that. I want to add even more mystery, make it more scary. Scary. Can you believe it, guys? We're going to be Halloween soon, in a couple months. I'm so over summer already. I know it hasn't started. We actually haven't had a whole lot of warm weather, guys, but, you know, Horror Nights is starting, and yeah, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I don't know. I don't really care much for Halloween. Oh, that's my girl. She just texted me. Speak of the devil. Just kidding, guys. Don't say she'll kick my ass. Oh, there she is again. Babe, I'm filming. Alright. You know, she knows. She actually knows that I film around this time. She's probably just checking in. Yeah, we'll just get these in. The hood. He's got like some stitches going on, so we'll just add a little. You guys, because we're working completely in black and white right now, you guys can just add in these, you know. Remember, just create thick and thick lines. Thick and thin lines, as I always said. You know, try to imagine what shape you want. Like I said, this is a messed up hood. It's tattered, you know. So, and then still trying to shade in some areas, because remember, they have deep areas sometimes, you know, any wrinkles. So, everything has shadows, guys. Everything. If it doesn't have shadows, that means that the light's hitting it, you know? So, even these kind of like a little chemical, so add a little something in the tubes. And add something to, I gotta do a character, guys, like Colossus, or so. I might do that for when Deadpool comes out. I don't think I've done Colossus. Because I really do, if you guys have ever seen a drawing of Colossus, they always get him right how, because he's a metallic character, they have to get it just right, I'm telling you. He's definitely a great character to draw, guys. So if you go look up Colossus and see how he's drawn. So I've yet to see an artist who never got that right, how to do the cylinders and the individual, like the chrome shape and things like that, guys. Trust me, it is very hard to get. So I've done a couple times. If you look, even if you look at my old drawings, I've studied this and I've known, because I've drawn a couple of metallic characters, had like metal arms and stuff. I mean, I first, that was always one. It's always funny. Your first idea is, I swear to God, I have like 3 characters that have metal arms or some kind of metal parts to their body. You know. Unfortunately, I've been trying to come up with some different way, because unfortunately, thanks to Winter Soldier, other characters have just, I think everyone's kind of past the whole. You get it. I'm surprised we don't have metallic arms in the beginning. So looks like I'm about to wrap this up, guys. So perfect. We'll have a little quick drawing, little Scarecrow action going. Yeah, it came out pretty good. I just want to emphasize these lines, because that's kind of what Because remember, this is a Scarecrow, so Scarecrows kind of have like those mouths that like these lines go across that indicate their mouth. So let me make sure. Scary. And I love a hooded character, guys. You guys know my character has a hood, so I love that they added a hood to him. Yeah, there's different versions of him. He has a hat. Sometimes he looks more scarier than. Scarecrow. Maybe you should have some medicine. Clear your head. Let's see. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm going to wrap this up. That's our Scarecrow for tonight. I want to overink this one. That looks pretty good, actually, you know? And there's our Scarecrow from Arkham Knight, I believe, or one of the Arkham games. So, anyway, guys, lesson this week is don't be afraid. Good things are coming. If you guys are going through something, you know, like I said, there's always a way out, you know. And yeah, we just have to keep our heads high, and just like I said, remember, guys, that sweater in the that monster in the closet, it's just a sweater, guys. I can promise you, it's not real. So whatever you're afraid of, guys, drop it. You know, feel the fear and just go and just drop it. That's all I can say. I guess that's my best. So I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. There we go. And yeah, well, that came out pretty cool. So hope you all have a good week. I'll see you on the next one, and yeah, don't be afraid, guys. That's all. That's my advice. You know, that's the subject of this week. You know, fight the fear, and you know. Sorry, I wish I had something like written. I'm not very good when I don't have a script, but yeah. Anyway, guys, have a good week. I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, love you all. Bye. Thank you for watching.